This is my gimbal setup for my cinema camera rig, and I'm going to show you exactly how I built it piece by piece. What's up guys, my name is King, and you're watching KI Films, a channel where I dive into my life as a content creator and filmmaker. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you've never seen this face before, and turn on those post notifications. Let's jump into the video. Here I have every piece of equipment that goes into my gimbal rig. First, I'll start off with the battery hand grip, and this is the RS2 gimbal. Now, as of recording this video, there is an RS3 Pro and an RS4 Pro, which I haven't purchased because I've been rocking the RS2. This gimbal has served me so well that I have kept it, but it has some limitations that I will display in a moment. In my last video, I showed you my Cinema 6K camera rig, and now I'm going to show you how I go from this setup to my gimbal setup. The first thing I do is unplug the D-tap splitter that I have mounted on the front. Then I slide the whole thing off of the base plate. Next, I take off the side handle grip. After that, take off the top handle. Now this is generally everything that goes on to my gimbal rig, but if the shot doesn't call for it, I won't use the matte box. So for now, I'm going to take this off. In my last video, I showed you that I used a 15mm rod mounted to the front of my camera cage, and this is the exact reason why, so I can keep my Nucleus Nano mounted to my camera at all times. Before I mount the camera to the gimbal, there are a couple pieces that I have to show you. This is a power pass-through plate by Tilta. It allows me to connect a V-mount battery or an MPF style battery to the bottom of my camera. This battery pass-through plate will work for all DJI RS gimbals, being the RS2, the RS3 Pro, and the RS4 Pro. Now, being that I have an RS2 gimbal, I need counterweights so I can mount the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. Because this camera is more left side heavy, I have to mount counterweights to the right side of the gimbal. To do that, I'm going to use this counterweight mount by Tilta. Everything I use in this video will be listed down below in the description box, and just to let you know that they are affiliate links, so I do earn a small commission when you purchase using those links. Next, I have small rig counterweights. I have a 100 gram and a 200 gram counterweight, equaling 300 grams. Now this is not the original Manfrotto plate that came with my gimbal, but I ended up purchasing this because on my original plate, I did mess up the threads on these 3 screws, so I had to buy a new one. So this is a small rig Manfrotto plate for the RS gimbals. Now one thing I really like about the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro cage by Tilta is the built-in Arca Swiss plate on the bottom of the cage, which allows me to mount this entire camera to the gimbal without needing an extra plate. Because I have a power pass-through plate, I'm able to plug in my D-tap splitter to provide power to any accessories that I have mounted to this rig. Now I can attach this V-mount battery to the bottom of the plate. Now that balancing is complete, I can move on to attaching all of my other accessories. These are the door handles for my gimbal by SmartRig. You will notice I only have one hand grip, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Now that I have my dual handle set up with my left grip on, I'm going to show you what I do for my right hand grip. This is a Tilta Nucleus M right side hand grip, and this is what I use to pull focus, and I mount it to the right side of my gimbal setup. To mount this hand grip, I need a couple of pieces. I need a NATO rail to rosette mount and a right angle rosette mount, and I have this Condor Blue articulating rosette mount. Now this is the Portkeys BM7 2DS monitor. I don't use monitors from this gimbal setup because the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro has a pretty big screen on the back, which is 5 inches, so I don't really normally need to use a monitor. But for some cases when I need to attach a transmitter, I would mount this monitor. I mount it using this small rig articulating arm. Now that the monitor is mounted, I'm going to power it using this D-tap to DC power cable. This cable was included with the purchase of this monitor. Next for viewing, I'm going to attach a HDMI cable. Sometimes I either use this coiled cable or this 2-foot cable. This is a good cable, but sometimes it'll give me a little bit of recoil and it won't react well with the gimbal. So I'm going to use this 2-foot cable. I can either attach this D-tap cable to my D-tap splitter or to the power pass-through plate. It depends on the situation, but for this case, I'm going to attach it to the power pass-through plate on the front. And this D-tap cable just goes right here on the side, and I attach it to the back of my monitor. Now that I think about it, I think it would be a better option for me to connect this D-tap cable to the splitter so it could give it a shorter distance. Now all there's left to do is to power everything on. Camera, gimbal, and the monitor. Now this setup is pretty heavy, but with some exercise, you'll be able to handle it. I have focus control right here. I have monitor for my viewing purposes right here, and I have power due to the power pass-through plate. Now that is how I set up my gimbal for my cinema rig, and like I said before, everything that I use will be linked down in the description below. And to mention, these links are affiliate links, so I do earn a small commission when you purchase using my links. We have reached the end of this video, and if you liked it, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the KI Films channel if you want to see more content like this. My name is King, and I'll see you soon.